Hey guys, welcome back to Top Tipper Betting Tips. I trust you're having a fantastic evening and you're getting ready for the racing that's going to be taking place out at Turffontein and Kenilworth. We're going to have the kid tipping out at Kenilworth and we're going to have the postman tipping out at Turffontein. So I'm going to hand you over to the postman for his analysis.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter where in the world you guys are. And again, a big warm welcome to the Top Tipper family. Before we get into our selections for Turffontein on Saturday, the 6th of April, some feedback with regards to Thursday's race meeting at the Vol. Very, very disappointing, and the reason being that the racing was taken away from the Vol Straight, the old main course, and they started racing around the bend. Unfortunately, the studying and the selections were made for the straight track, and on speaking to one or two of the people involved, whether they were riding or training. I mean, I look at horse number 8 in the first race at 3 to 10. Go and look at that rerun. That horse was all over the place. It couldn't even, the legs were going all crazy, going around the bend. Obviously, the bend did not suit. Drawn widest of all. You can put a line through that run. If that was up to straight, he would have doddled that race. So, yeah, very, very, very upsetting, very stiff. I mean, we even look at the second race. The 8, Mother City, drawn widest of all, runs absolutely nowhere. You go through. I mean, we were very fortunate. We had a small tickle on Arlington Action that arrived, so we were very grateful there. The 6th race with MK's Dream drawn in the car park, and the scratching of horse number 7, our second selection, Majestic Palace. We did end up having a small touch on Master Christmas, so we got something back there. But on the whole, it was really, really bad. Our Bipots and our exotics, when we saw that, and it was too late. Everything had run before I actually noticed. I just knew, well, there we go. I've just thrown a whole lot of money away. So I was very, very upset. I know some of you guys did notice that early, and you just adjusted your bets accordingly. But most of us, and me included, the exotics, well, went up in smoke straight away when I realized what had taken place. I can only apologize for that, but really, guys, out of my control. Let's see if we can box on and get our money back with interest on Saturday. There are 10 races carded. Really, really, really good racing. Fantastic. There's nothing better when good horses are running. And as I said, 10 races carded. The first is due off at midday at 1200 hours. We go, and I've structured 2 bipods. I mean, if we go, it looks like the bipod's going to pay 20 cents. So I've got a bipod there for 12 Rand, and obviously those good ones we've banked. Bipod 2, I've worked out for 72 Rand. If you want to mess around, guys, take a small percentage of that. If one of the good ones get rolled, well, then certainly the 72 Rand will be worth every single cent invested. If you're looking to make money, maybe pick 6 is your way to go, or Jackpot 2. I think that is the one that's going to pay really, really handsomely. So yeah, exotics bipot, I don't think that's going to pay too much. PA, I don't think we're going to get too rich there, but we could make a profit. We're only investing 32 Rand. Pick 6, as I said to you guys, it's strange how we get carryovers onto the big race meetings. We have a 2 million carryover. So there we go. That's going towards that. And the 2 jackpots. Jackpot 2 may be the one to get involved in. So let us get ready. Let's go through the card. Please, before we go through, check for jockey changes, check for scratchings, guys. Race 1, due off at 1200 hours. Maiden plate over 1160 meters. Please take note, rain is expected overnight and during the course of the day. So just have a look and adjust bets. See if the horses are running on the one side of the track. So there's a bias, concentrate there. In the first race, my first selection here is horse number 7, So Seductive. Gavin Arena for the Johan Janssen van Vuren yard. I do believe the going will be much better on the outside. I think that this horse is speedy enough to jump and get there. I think it's been running against some decent sorts, Ripple Effect, Miss Geriatrics, White Pearl, and I think is the horse to beat. However, guys, there's tons of money for horse number 1, Vibe SA. I think that opened at 10-1, currently around about 23-10. Is drawn on the right side of the track. Again, if you're having a touch on the nose, watch this one go down. If this horse stays round about 23-24-10, it may be worth your while to Dutch them. And Dutching means we're going to back both of them, the 1 and the 7. If either one wins, you will still show a profit if you do it correctly. For third, I've thrown in horse number 9, Someday Maybe, drawn on the right side of the track, 14-1. I'm looking for an improved effort from this horse. And for fourth, I've gone for the 2 Trombiesta, Cabela Mazziani for the Class and Yard. As you can see, I'm concentrating more on the outside, and I'm going to use those for horses for swingers, trifectas, and exactas. Race 2, due off at 12:35. First leg of the Bipot. Take note, horse number 4 is scratched, and this is to be run over 1,160 meters, leaving us now with a field of 8. The obvious first selection, guys, is horse number 2, Almond Sea. At 2-10, well, we can't get too rich there. If we go and we look, and we're playing strictly to the way the horses should run, Almond Sea is drawn on the wrong side. But I still believe this horse is good enough to jump, to get across, and I think we'll take a power beating. However, if it's time for Almond Sea to get beat, this is the race he can get beat in, or she can get beaten, you know. So that's why I've done. I've bankered her in the 1, and I've just taken a chance and put 3 in the other. As I say, if this horse runs third, well, I tell you what, 90% or 95% of all tickets will be done in the bin if she runs third in the Bipot. For second, I've gone for 7, Little Ballerina. She has run 3 very, very good races in Cape Town. She's back in her home province. Cannot be left out. Throw this one in. For third, I've gone for the 8, Mountain High, which is free for the Terry Yard. And for fourth, I've gone for horse number 9, You Bring Me Joy, Strike Australian for the Mowing Yard. So race 2, 2, 7, 8, and 9, and 2 does look like a sitter. Race 3, due off at 13:10. They say nursery grade 2, 1160 is the meters. 1160 meters is the distance. And again here, the obvious choice is horse number 7, Pistol Pete, is drawn on the right side. Covenant Bib for the Tony Peters Yard, and I do believe this one will still be unbeaten after the race. For second, I've thrown in horse number 6, Mount Pinatuba. This horse is currently round about 12-1. And maybe if you want looking to make some money, put places on the 6. I think that will pay a lot more than horse 7 will pay for a win. For third, I've gone for the 4, Fine One. This son of One World coming up from Durban. I'm telling you what, Mr. Miller's not taking this one to Turffontein to have a look at the weather. And again, I certainly think this one at long odds could fill in one of the minor spots. I think horse number 1, Address the Nation, Craig Zaki for the Dawson Yard, may be good enough for back end of trifectas and quartets. But as I said, the 7 looks home and hosed. Race 4, due off at 13:45, leg 1 of the pick 6. Is the Hawaii Stakes in grade 2 over 1,400 meters. And here I'm looking to roll the favorite. You know, I don't think that all of them will win, and this is where I'm going to take my first chance. I'm going for horse number 10, White Pearl, Muziyeni. Now she's drawn at 1, 53 on her back, Mike de Kock. I don't say it's the best horse in the field. However, with that draw and that weight, at 7-1, for me, is certainly worth a small each way touch. We cannot get too burnt there. For second, I have obviously gone for the favourite. That's horse number 7, Sandringham Summit. Gavlarina for the Nieuwenhuizen Yard. Really, really good sort. but I'm looking to roll it on this occasion. For third, I've gone for 8, Lucky Lad. Richie Ferree gets the mount here for the Terry Yard. Second run after rest. The last time out was slow, was switched at a vital point. And again, can certainly be there when the whips are cracking. And for fourth, I've gone for a nice rough here, horse number 1, Anfield's Rocket. Ray Danielson for the Maroon Yard as it's coming back to Maroon. And I remember Mr. Maroon saying, what was this, last year, that this was the best miler in the country. 1,400 meters tomorrow, a little bit of rain falling overnight. This horse can certainly go very, very close at long odds. If you're taking pick sixes, swingers and trifectas and all that, please guys don't leave out Anfield's Rocket. I think can certainly be there in the money. So race 4, 10, 7, 8 and 1, looking to roll the favourite, and I'm hoping that Muzi will boot this one home for us. Race 5 on the card, first leg of Jackpot 1, 14:20 is the time. South African Oaks, another grade 2, distance 2,450 meters. And I'll go through here, and the obvious choice, guys, is horse number 1, Silver Sanctuary, Richard Ferree for the De Kock Yard. I'm hoping they get the double. I think this is the class animal. I do believe that this one will still get the distance. I really do, and is quite a strong first selection. However, we're not going to get rich on 4, 5 to 10. My second selection here is horse number 5, Francis Ethel. This one has done absolutely nothing wrong. Nicely drawn at 3, round about 8 to 1. I think in this race, this is the horse to take places on. And I'm suggesting that we have a place bet on this and throw Francis Ethel in swingers, exactors and trifectas. For third, we've gone for the 2, My Soulmate, Strike Australian for the Candace Dawson Yard. Again, 14 to 1, nothing wrong with that price. Have a look at that. Throw this one into swingers as well. And for fourth, we've gone for the 3, Let's Go Now. For me, I'm going to take trifecta, banker the 1 with 2, 3 and 5. It's only going to cost me 6 Rand. And I'm going to do the exact same for the Bipot. I'll move on to race 6. Off at 14.55. This is the Empress Club Stakes. It's a grade 1 over 1,600 meters. And here for me, again, is probably the banker of the day, best bet. But we're not going to get rich. And remember, guys, we do not tip odds on horses as best bets. Please take that into account. Don't say, oh, how can they not tip that? Odds on, you can select it. I don't have to tell you that. So race 6, number 6, give me another 2 to 10. JP van der Merwe. I think that there we go. I think this is home and hose. If I'm looking to play around and try and get something out of this race, I think horse number 7, Miss Geriatrics, is certainly in with a chance at 7 to 1. And for me, good enough for swingers. For third, I've gone for a nice rough here. Horse number 3, Empress Gina. Empress Gina has finished 7 lengths behind. Give me another before. Is better off at the weights. Distance, 2 wins. Wet, 3 places. And I think, again, at long odds, Samanga Kamala for Roy Magna. Yeah, I'm going to throw this one in swingers as well. For fourth, I have gone for the 8, Bavarian Beauty. But for me, race 6, banker and all bets. I move on to the 7th race on the card. 7th race is due off at 15:30. The computer form sprint over 1,000 meters. Please take note, horse 5, Sheldon, has been scratched, leaving us with a field of 11. And in this race here, we find my best bet on the card. Best bet, value bet, falling under the same umbrella. And that's horse number 3, Thunderstruck. Richard Ferree, Sean Terry, drawn for me on the right side of the track. 22 to 10. Yes, I'll take that all day. I really think this is going to go very, very close. And I'm prepared to take a chance. Banker Thunderstruck and load up later. For second, I've gone for the obvious. Horse number 1, Dice. Again, form is there for all of all of us to see. Put a line through the last run. Craig felt something amiss and didn't ride it out. Certainly better than that. Horse number 6, Rulership, Kabeda Matsiani for the Tony Peters yard. I'm going to certainly include this one in swingers. I'm looking for a decent effort from that. And William Robertson cannot leave this one out. Sadly for me, drawn on the wrong side, but again, could be running on at the death to fill in one of the minor spots. I'm taking a chance. I'm bankering Thunderstruck, and I'm going to have a punt on the nose on that one. Race 8, due off at 16:05. The SA Derby, Grade 1, 2,450 meters. Now, for me, we're starting to get into the danger zone. Things are starting to get much, much more difficult here. My first selection here is 2, Hotter Ruby, Samanga Kamala for the Terry yard. I go through and I look at this horse. Last time out, over race, lacked extra. If Samanga from draw 4 can jump and let Hotter Ruby stride by himself, at 7-1, I think this horse is a massive runner. For second, I have gone for horse number 6, Marauding Horde. This one is really setting the tracks alight. Last 3 runs winning really well. Marker from Rensburg for the De Kock yard. I would not let this one run loose. I think horse number 1, Purple Pictures, in with a tickle as well. That's Kabela Matsiane for Robin Claassen. Again, we have a question mark over the distance, but for me, again, class animal should be there or thereabouts. A nice roughie that I'm going to include in all bets is horse number 11, Atarimi, Rachel Venica, Paulie Matchett. We go and we look at this one here. Beat Karoo Gold and did run third behind Marauding Horde over 2,000 meters. I do think that Rachel, and it's my opinion only, is a better rider than Phyllis Sunday and Tsoli, and I think that this one will go closer to Marauding Horde, and at long odds, I really believe that this one can also finish into one of the minor spots. So race 8, 2, 6, 1, and 11. Race 9 on the card, due off at 16:45. This is the Champions Challenge, another grade 1, 2,000 meters. Is the distance. Please take note, horse 6, without question, has been scratched, leaving me with a field of 13. Tough event. Gone through this card 100 times. Gone through this race 200 times. Narrow first selection, horse number 8, Son of Raj. This one promised so much. Last season, didn't really deliver. I know that Royal Victory did beat it in the Summers Cup. However, this horse was drawn 18 out of 18 on that occasion. He's drawn 7 now. And we go through and we look, excuse me, I think that with the strong urgings of Samanga, I think this one has had a great prep. This is the 3rd run after a little bit of a layoff. And at 8-1, you can't really get burnt. I'm not going to get too involved here, but Son of Raj for me, yeah, definite first selection. Horse number 4, Zeus, around about 15-16-1 is my second selection. I'm putting a line through the last run. Did have excuses, but go look at the runs prior to that. Some have said to me, too short, better over 2,400 meters. But again, guys, if this horse or if this race takes place and it's been raining all day, I tell you what, this will be a hell of a difficult 2,000 meters. Go and look at this horse in the wet. 5 runs, 3 wins, and a third. If it's raining all day and it's really wet, I may even elevate horse 4, Zeus, as a first selection. But you'll just have to watch that throughout the course of the day. I do think that horse number 7, Royal Victory from our yard in Durban, Muziyeni for Native Cotton, nicely drawn at 3. I think this is with a very big chance as well. If I'm looking for a negative for me, second run after a layoff, I would have preferred another run. But again, Native knows more than I do about training horses, so I'm certainly not going to argue with him. And round about 5-1, don't let this one run loose. For 4th, gone for a real roughie here. Horse number 13, Meridius, Calvin Abib for the Tony Peter yard. Lovely run last time, over 1,800 meters, with Chase aboard. Was staying on. I do believe that 2000 will suit. Has run in the wet before, and again, long odds. I'm going to throw this one in. So race 9, 8, 4, 7, 13. If been raining all day and all night, I'm going to elevate 4 Zeus as my first selection. I move on to the lucky last, race 10. This is draw at 1720. This is the Caradoc Gold Cup. It's a listed event over 2,850 meters. For me, toughest race on the card. If you're taking Jackpot 2, put in as many as the budget will allow. My narrow first selection here, I'm going for a bit of a roughie. Horse number 10, Rule Book, Caden Brewer, Alec Laird, 50 on his back. Negative for me, yeah, obviously it's drawn wide, but it's got nearly 3 kilometers to get over. I do think that if Caden can jump and he can ease this horse through, mustn't chase it. If he chases it, we're gone early. But if he can ease it into a decent position, I think that this horse is good enough to give a good account of itself. I think horse number 9, Breeze Over at 6-1, Muzieni for the Azzy Yard. I certainly think this is one is in for, with a big chance. Loves this course. 8 runs, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. If Zeus wins the race before, well, then we must know Breeze Over's in with a massive chance. I think horse number 2, Crimson King, I think this as well, if seen the distance, will certainly go very close, maybe worth a small each-way touch. And my lunatic for the race is horse number 13, Jet Dynasty, Rachel Venike, again here for the Sean Terry Yard. Excuse me. Only negative for me here, I'm not worried about the draw, is the respiratory noises. I'm hoping that with the rain, maybe can sort the problem out. And again, as a lunatic, I'm throwing this one to run to back in of trifectas and quartets. So race 10, 9, 2, and 13. Guys, as I said, some great racing, really good racing. Some very short-priced horses. The Bipot looks like it's going to pay absolutely peanuts. However, as I said, I have selected a second Bipot where we're taking a chance there. I'm not going to get burnt with 72 Rand. I'm prepared to take that chance. But maybe Jackpot 2 and the Pick 6 are the way to go if taking exotics. The short-priced horses, guys, you can use them in doubles and trebles. And again, just take it easy. Look after yourself. And check for scratchings, check for jockey changes. Stephen, back to you in the studio.
Hey, thanks for that input, the Postman. I see you've tipped a 10-race program, your 2 Bipots, your PA, your WinBet Thunderstruck at 22-10, and your 2 place bets, White Pearl and Francis Ethel, both 7-1. So take some each ways on those, your Jackpot 1 and Jackpot 2. Guys, the Postman's given you skeletons to work off of. If you want to add to them or take them multiple times. Have a look at Top Tipper's treble for the weekend, and also have a look at the kids' card out at Kenilworth. I know he's got 2 best bets there. So please, Lord, let them arrive for our punters. Hopefully you guys are having lots of fun. Enjoy, have fun, break a leg, and cheers for now.